Yes, indeed, it is. I am back. It's been a while. It's been a while. Hello, everybody. Welcome to an all new Downright Sports right here on DJ Chase Radio and the DJ Chase Radio app. I am your host and notorious sports critic, Brent Reed, back with an all new show, a special edition of the show. Normally don't do it on Sundays. Normally don't do it this late anymore. I haven't done a show this late in a very long time. If you've never heard the show before, it is a sports show for sports fans by a sports fan who is, without a doubt, the sports fan. Here's the thing: with all the talk in the world, with sports podcasting and this sports podcaster isn't like that sports podcaster, and that sports podcaster is more decked out, and all of this stuff. This is why you should listen to Downright Sports. Don't none of that matter here. You know why? Because I'm just a dude. I'm just a dude in the new title, the newly themed Shaft Studios. That's right. The new Shaft Studios of Downright Sports. And that's who I am. And that's what we are. I'm actually get a thing on the door. So, follow us, like us on all social media. That's right. Let's get all that out the way, shall we? So, where have I been? Well, I've been away. And funny enough, while doing this show as long as I have, I rarely go into like personal things that goes on in my life, but I feel I have to because I want to honor Shaft, who was my dog I got. If you followed the show for many years, you've seen him. I have vignettes with him. Hell, I did an entire show with him once sitting right next to me. I've been doing this show for over 10 years. October will make 11. And for the 10 of those years, he's been a part of the show in some form of compassion. Each of them, Moneypenny, Mariana, but Shaft has always, especially when the show changed locations and we upgraded studios and stuff like that. It was always, he was always there. In fact, and if you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, in that corner over there, that's where he would lay, right there. Sometimes he'll wander over. Sometimes on the show you'll hear him shake, but that's where he would sit every episode. And for some people, a dog passing away or being put down is easy for them. It was not for me and Allie. It wasn't. We don't, unfortunately, as of now, we don't have children, but Moneypenny, Mariana, and Shaft are they are fur babies, as people say. I won't allow her to get a stroller, nothing like that. And funny, we just left Walmart earlier today, and a lady had the dog in the stroller. She's like, "See," I'm like, "Not happening." But it came unexpectedly, which I think if we really think about death, it really does come unexpectedly. But the if you're listening to this show and you have pets, and you've been through this before, you know what I'm about to say. If you haven't been through this before, um, hopefully what I'll say will coax you through this. But the hardest thing to do is make a decision when you have to do this. And to give you guys context, I can't remember. Everything just happened so fast, but it might have been the last time I did an episode, honestly. But it was a Thursday. Allie called me and said, "Hey, Chef's fingernail is all twisted. He got it caught and it's twisted backwards." This has happened to him before. He got his nail caught in one of our blankets, and we just took him to the emergency vet, and they took care of it. This time, we took him to a different vet. If you live in the Northeast Pennsylvania area, it's the Easton PA Veteran Hospital. I know I just butchered that name. Wonderful people. Um, we took him there, and they told us he had a heart murmur, which was like, okay, people live with that. They put him on a medication. I can't remember the name of the medication. Goldbefore, something like that. They put him on it, and we came home. And like 2 days later, he just looked like he didn't know what day of the week it was. Which, when you read the research on it, it says yes, it does that. That's one of the side effects. So, um, kept going, and then that Monday, I was like, look, let's take him off of it because he doesn't seem like he knows where he is. And then he never got better. And we were like, what the hell is going on? And it looked like to me like he was blind. Like we would take him outside to go to the bathroom and he was like literally walking into a wall. Which if you know Shaft, he kind of did that anyway. But we would take him to the hospital again because we needed to. It looked like he couldn't see, and Allie thought he had an eye infection. And then we get there, and then that's when they tell us that um, he had a mass on his spleen, which was zero shot of like no matter what you do, no matter what the surgery, it wasn't changing anything. And like even if we elected to do like blood tests and all this stuff, it just was not going to matter. We were just buying time. And then that's when we kind of had to make a decision, and we had made a decision years prior that if they were in pain and they couldn't do anything for themselves, because we were at a point even with Shaft, like we're carrying him up and down the damn stairs and carrying him outside. That's when we would make the hard decision, which is to say I can only call it saying goodbye. I can't, for some reason. I can say it now, but leading up to it, I couldn't come to grips with using the phrase "put down." It just sounds so cold. But we went with the decision to say goodbye, and then we did the following Wednesday, which was now 2 weeks ago. Since then, we got like Kim cremated. We got his remains here, but it was tough. It really was. I didn't. I knew it would be hard. I didn't know it was going to be that hard. Like it's just crazy how life works because I had scheduled. I had 2 days off from work anyway, and my initial, I was going to do. I don't even know what I was going to do. I think I was going to do stuff with the show, but I got to spend a whole day with him, which was kind of cool. Took him on a ride along. Got him another pub cup. Me and Ali, we just basically, um, it's killed us and it hit her really hard. But from the moment we knew it was it, we was like, you know what, you eat whatever you want, buddy. You're gonna eat whatever you want. And the first thing he got to eat was spaghetti for the first time in his life. He had spaghetti. He got a bowl of spaghetti, just sat on the couch, destroyed it. And then Mary Moneypenny is just like, what makes him so lucky? The next day he got McDonald's. Believe it or not, I didn't know that Allie gave him the cheeseburger, but I got him like a 10-piece nugget, and then she gave him like half of her burger. I think the whole thing. And then we wanted to make his last meal something cool, so we made a mistake. I bought him a nice ribeye, and we cooked it up for him and seasoned it. Like we did not give him the dry. No, he ate it like us, and unfortunately, I know he was saying to himself like, "What the hell did I do to deserve this?" And here's where you know doing something like this, what I tell people is, and with the what I would like to tell people is, you have to come together with whoever you with, your significant other, your spouse, your partner. Um, you got to come together, and you got to stick together. And as my wife says, it's us versus the problem, not the problem versus, or not us versus us versus the problem. And you need one another when you grieve. Loss of a child, loss of a dog, loss of a parent, loss of a sibling, loss of a friend. You grieve, and you want, you. It's good to know you have someone there by your side in the moment of the hardest thing that you have to do. Shaft, before parting this world, he had a different idea of how he wanted to say goodbye. So one of the craziest things, we were just we were kind of the pieces. Allie happened to be downstairs sleeping. I was upstairs sleeping. After falling asleep downstairs, she told me to go upstairs because I got to put my sleep mask on. And Shaft was in the bed with me, and he was up all night, tossing and turning and licking and whatever. And he would, I would wake up about 6 a.m. and he would just be, he was sitting up. He was sitting up and he was just facing the window. Like I'm laying on the right side of the bed and I look and he's facing, and it looked like he was about to just start speaking wisdom to me. And if you and anybody listening that's a fan of the show, if you've ever seen this dog, go, if you know my dog, Shav had eyes. If Tim Woodson sees this, you'll know he had those people eyes. He had real human eyes, and he was just sitting there, and I just went, "Hey, bud," and he kind of did this look back to me, and I'm just like, "Wow, are you about to tell me something profane?" And no, he needed to go to the bathroom. He was trying to tell me at 6 a.m. So I let him go to the bathroom, and then I left him downstairs with Al so she could get to sleep with him a little bit, and he she would come upstairs eventually, and he stayed downstairs. And to kind of give you guys an idea, he couldn't, like, he had trouble knowing, like, he knew he was in the house, he knew who we were, he just couldn't see for anything. Like, he would get off the couch and just wander mindlessly, like, think of, being blind and just wandering around your house until you found where to go. While sleeping, I kept hearing that, and I didn't think it was him. I thought sometimes we hear, like, we live out in the cut, so, like, I'll hear stuff. So I wake up and I look in the room, and holy shit, it's Shaft. He's in the room. He's in his bed of all places. I'm like, oh my god, he made it to the room. Like, he's with it. Like, maybe he can't see. Baby, Shaft made it to the room. Like, he's here. Like, and the reason why that's shocking, he hadn't done that in a week and a half. Like, he couldn't do it. Like, he kind of could if I point him in the right direction. But I'm like, oh my god, he made it. He's in the bedroom. He's in his bed. This is amazing. This is awesome. Like, maybe we should reconsider. And we couldn't, because when we tried to get his ass up, he was like, what's happening? And he was breathing hard and stuff. Anyway, I walked downstairs, and my little buddy, who I adored and was my man in 50 grand, left us a going away present. What was that going away present? Well, my man decided that he was going to basically go on tour and shit all over my house. And god dog, I was like, you gotta be kidding me, bud. You gotta be kidding me. Like, this is how we're gonna go out. This is how we're gonna say goodbye. We're gonna do this, and like, now we gotta clean it. We cleaned it and steam cleaned everything. But it was rough. It really is, and it's tough. And like I said, anybody out there, if you ever have to go through this, if you've gone through this, my condolences. I don't know what I don't know what the grace period is for condolences. I think it's like a month? I give it a month. But no, he's an awesome dog, and I miss him every day. The house feels empty. Shaft was very. I would play video games, and he would always, like, get up. If I got pissed off during the game, he would literally get up and walk over to me, because I don't play the game on the couch. That was his couch, from what I'm told. But I could be standing in the middle of the living room, and he gets right up. He walks up to me, he taps me in the leg, and he's like, "What's the problem, bud? What's the problem?" And I'm like, "What do you mean, what's the problem?" Like, he kind of gave me this, like, "Yo, you need to chill out." And he was a good dog. He really was. And I'm going to miss him. And we miss him. So, sorry if I brought the show down. But we're going to pick it up. And we're going to get excited. And we're going to get that rambunctiousness of Downright Sports up and running and gunning real soon. Because we're going to take a small break as I collect myself. And when we come back, we are going to discuss you know what? We're not going anywhere. It's my damn show. We're gonna do it live. We're gonna do it live. That's what we're gonna do. Only because I'm looking at my notes, and I wasn't supposed to be breaking between these two segments. I have a segment one, which was, about Buddy Boy, and then segment 2 is going to be about the NBA. Spoiler. I'm not taking a break between these two segments, which is my bad because I did not post that in the description, which I don't think nobody reads. Less than 1% of a person, a fictional person that watches this show. So who cares? Who cares? Let's go. All right. Time to get it. Time to get it. Time to get it. Time to get it. What happened to my Facebook? If you must know, I monitor the show's feed on my phone for some of the live feeds to see what the hell's going on. And of course, stuff starts to not work right. There we go. There we go. We got it working. I think we got it working. We got it working. All right, so the NBA season is still going. Currently, right now, I have on the Knicks getting a butt whooped by the Oklahoma City Thunder. My opinion, maybe still the favorite to win the championship. But we're going to wait to discuss that because a lot of news has come out about the NBA doing expansions, adding more teams, 2 more teams to be exact, 1 team in Las Vegas and then another team in Seattle. I'm not 100% sure why the NBA needs more teams. I don't know what the idea in the NBA's head. I don't even know if the NBA realized that a 32-team league is just ridiculous when literally half of the league goes to the playoffs. So, is the point to have less teams go? It doesn't make sense to me. Not to mention, if you currently look at the NBA with its 30 teams, all right, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of your current teams are under 500, okay? 2 of them will be in the playoffs, the Golden State Warriors and the Portland Trailblazers. So why do we want to add more to that? Why do we want to continue this league of mediocrity? I am. And fans, U.S. fans, have been sold a bill of goods by pundits, by ESPN, by former players that want to curry favor with anyone who just drinks the NBA Kool-Aid, that this is a product that is worth watching. I've been watching this Knicks and OKC game the entire night while I was preparing the show. It's the most sloppiest game I've ever seen. Guys is on the court all the time, and this is 2 of the best teams in the league. But not to mention, you want people to consume more basketball. When, let me try this again, almost, not quite, but almost half of your teams are terrible. Straight up garbage. The other part to that is, you can't even guarantee if I go to one of your 30 teams, one of your 30 teams for one of their games, you can't even guarantee that I'm going to see the star player of said team because they may have to sit out either due to load management, they may have to sit out because the night before they were out making fragrance lines, they may want to just sit out because they just want to sit out. So now you want to add more. Why? For what? Oh, I get it. Because there's a catch that adding those other teams, the owners make a crazy amount of money off of that. The NBA, we all know the NBA was built on consumers. The NBA was built on the pop culture of it all. Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, what they did in the 80s and later in the 90s gave the NBA this mega, you gotta watch boom. But since then, it has not returned on its investment. Outside of LeBron James and Steph Curry, the league has not done a great job in maintaining that. Your best players are boring as hell. Your best players don't even play half the time. Your best players tell us that the game isn't important with their actions. So why, as fans, do we want to see a team in Las Vegas, a place currently right now we're being told nobody even wants to go to, in Seattle, that currently right now, I'm going to keep this real, you have a generation of people that have never seen the Seattle Supersonics. Think about that. Think about that. In 2000, about time this happens, It'll be 20 years. 20 years since Seattle left. Is it 20? It's something like that. Since the Supersonics have left. They should have never left to begin with. But they are going, like, nobody, like, you're bringing it, who are you bringing it back for? People 60 and over who don't even care about the bloody NBA? The NBA should leave it where it's at. All right? If you're going to do anything, if you're going to actually look to put a team in Seattle, well, perhaps, here's an idea, move one of these bum-ass teams. For example, do you really need the Pelicans in New Orleans? The answer is no. 90% of the world does not know that team exists. In fact, I just saw on the internet that Zion Williamson keeps forgetting to show up to work because he forgets that team exists. I know they've been there for a minute. My personal pick, the Sacramento Kings. Move them. California don't need 4 teams. And the Sacramento Kings, they not going to win nothing. Move them. That's an easy move. Just move them up north. Or move them to Vegas. I don't know. This could be a little radical. This could be a little crazy. Hear me out, though. Maybe move Brooklyn. From what I've never been to the Barclays Center before. I understand the Barclays Center is like hanging out at the projects. Straight up. Cats is rolling dice. That's what Cameron said. But somebody I know actually said, nah, it's like that in the Barclays Center. They just up there sparking up. They roll up in broad daylight. Cops can't do nothing. What kind of family establishment is that? The Nets moving to Brooklyn from New Jersey sounded dope when it happened, okay? We thought it was, and if you were a fan, you thought it was going to be awesome because Jay-Z was a part owner. They were going to have all this glitz and glamour, and guess what? The one time they got crazy free agents, team bottomed out. I want to say they've had like 2 owners since moving to Brooklyn too. Like, how crazy is that? So, my suggestion would be move the Nets back to New Jersey. Jersey could use it was better in Jersey anyway. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of cool. The New Jersey Nets. You know, it was nice. Jersey had something, and they weren't just playing tenant to 2 New York professional franchises. Oh my God, Karl Anthony Towns, put the ball in the basket, big man. Good grief. Got like 9 rebounds. He worked for that, though. He worked for that. You can move teams. I think you leave Memphis, but I think you can move the Pelicans, and I really think you can move the Sacramento Kings. That owner seems like he doesn't have an idea how basketball's played or work anyway. So I don't know why add more. Not to mention, you want to add more teams while you have coaches and analysts talking about taking away games. The hell are we doing? The NBA, for those of you that don't know, has played 82 games for 60 years. It would be almost 60 years, if I'm not mistaken. They switched to a 82 game season in 1968. In 1968, the NBA had 12 teams. 12. Not 30, 12. Remember that number 12 again? They did not travel first class. They had to sit and coach. For those of you, all of us should know what the hell coach is. Imagine being 6'9", sitting and coach. They had to ride buses and trains. So if the Knicks were playing the Celtics, they rode a bus or they took the train to the game. They played 3 games in 3 nights, back to back to back sometimes. They did not have a personal chef. They did not have a sleep specialist. So for all of you that's like, oh, those guys, they were terrible. Hold on. You're talking about, if you listen to everything I said, these guys was basically playing gym basketball like in a high school. In fact, that actually was the case for some teams. If you're for some of the teams, if you know your arena was holding another event, they will make you go play somewhere else because that event was bringing in more money. Think about that. But today's players have first class. They have their own planes. Everybody has their own plane. They don't see regular people. They have their own plane. The team has chefs. The players have chefs. The team they have people that tell them how long they should sleep, how long they should have sex, how long they should put on their socks, how long they should clip their toenails, how long they should comb their hair. They have a specialist for everything. But you want them to do less. Because why? A couple of key players got hurt? Perhaps, hear me out. Perhaps they got hurt because they do have all of this stuff. Perhaps they got hurt because their bodies aren't built to withstand the punishment of running up and down the court every night, banging and jumping every single night. And that's not to say these guys aren't great, because they are. They're better than me. That's the caveat I always use. You're better than me, but if I'm your benchmark, that's a problem. If for every player that gets mad that somebody says this, well, stop being so sensitive, Jimmy. The hell are we talking about here? Facts is facts. You make a billion times more money than what the players did in the past. You disrespect the players in the past every time you get a chance to, but yet you need more breaks. You need more nap time. I need nap time. I'm a player and I need nap time. Well, there's one player, one man, who stood up and said, I will never. And that man is Victor Wembanyama, who has made it very clear that he is not playing the NBA league that LeBron James and his cohorts created almost 20-something years ago. Well, Brent, you're going after LeBron again. You're damn right I am, because it was them. It was under LeBron's watch that we got load management. It was under LeBron and Curry's watch. We got guys whining. It was under their watch. And if they would have stood up, if one of them would have been a man, instead of, I'm not calling it that manhood, calm down. But if one of them would have been a man and said, nah, bro, pump your brakes. We're going to play these games. We dogs, we warriors. We going to play these games because the guys before us played these games. And they played it harder. And they played it tougher. And they played with the rules being loose. We're going to do it too. We're going to stand on business and we're going to do it too. Now, is the league long? The season long? Yeah, but the season's only long because every playoff game is 7 games. That they can reduce. Seriously. We don't need 7 each round. That's absurd. It's also boring and tedious. I have yet watched the NBA playoffs since they changed that format and been wowed by the first round. You got the play-in's best of 1. Keep that. What I suggest is the next round, the first round, go back to best of 5. It's exciting. Plus, it's short in the season. Not to mention, if you're talking about, they're so tired, take less off of them in the playoffs. Make the path to the championship easier. That's what I would suggest. That's what I would do. But what do I know? I'm just a consumer, bruh. I'm just a consumer, as the Knicks can't catch Oklahoma. Speaking of Victor Wembanyama and the MVP award, who is the league MVP? Oh, come on. Oh, good return. He got it back. Oh, it's out of bounds. Who is the MVP? A lot of people have a lot of big opinions. Jaylen Brown is up. Cade Cunningham was until he got hurt. I wish him a speedy recovery. You got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander still. I'm pretty sure Jokic is in the mix. Luka Doncic is in the mix. It's kind of sad we're not thinking of Anthony Edwards being in the mix. But let's just, seriously, like, why are we having this conversation? The MVP is Victor Wembanyama. Like, seriously. I don't know. Did he play in enough games? He played in 59 games. He'll play in enough. He only averages 24 points a game, which is crazy, right? To think, like, why doesn't he average a billion? But he shoots 50% from the field. Excellent. He shoots 34% from three. Excellent. He is a 82% field goal shooter. Amazing. He's averaging 11 rebounds. Outstanding. He's averaging 3 assists. That's amazing. 3 blocks. Come on with it. And he's had 38 double doubles. Like, wow, it's pretty good. Not like Jokic, who's basically a triple double machine. But when we look at a team like the Spurs and where they were after the greats had moved on, and nobody, I don't think anybody would have put the Spurs in the position that they are in currently right now, where the Spurs are sitting third in the West. Second, excuse me, Spurs are second in the West. No one, I don't think, would have picked that. You take Victor Wembanyama off the Spurs, I don't know if they're even a playing team. So, like, why isn't he the MVP? Are we dealing with a WWE thing? You don't want to give it to him too soon because he's not. No, he's the MVP. The Boston Celtics were going to be good regardless. Okay, nobody was thinking that the Celtics was going to be like the Indiana Pacers. People thought they were going to be good. They didn't think they were going to be this good. And in the case of the Jokic, and in the case of what's the boy's name? Luka. I couldn't think because there's a Levi's commercial going on. It's just butt everywhere. It's like, why there's so much butt on the screen? I feel like it's not Luka. I really do. I think the Lakers have underperformed, in my opinion. But I think the Spurs have overperformed, 56 and 18. This looks like the Tim Duncan Spurs. Tell me it doesn't. Tell me it doesn't. I really like Victor to get it. He's not. He's probably going to go to Jaylen Brown boring. But that's what I think. All right. And the playoffs are around the corner. About time we do a new show. The playoffs should be getting ready to start. So we're going to do a playoff show. I'm going out of town next week. So no show. I'll probably do some pop-up stuff here and there. Keep the juices flowing. But yeah, it's not going to be a show next week. That's what we're doing now. Okay. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. When we return, I'm going to talk about the World Baseball Classic. I did watch it while I was going through all the stuff I was going through. It was really dope. It was really cool. If you like the show and you like listening to the show, download it. How? On Spotify. But you can download the DJ Chase Radio app. Listen old school. Just wait for me to come on at 12 to 1 p.m. every day, Monday through Friday. Not too bad. You're taking your lunch break, or you're on your way to work, or you just going to Taco Bell because you just woke up and you're about to get high. You're going to need to go back to sleep, so you should listen to me. Follow us on TikTok and Instagram. And if you're watching on YouTube and Facebook, hey, join and subscribe. I'll be right back, boys and girls, for more Downright Sports. Oh.